Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Northeastern State University's Spring 2013 Commencement Ceremony. As we recognize this solemn and historic academic occasion, we kindly ask that you silence your mobile devices. In addition, we would like to remind you that noisemakers of any kind are not a part of this academic ceremony. And we ask that you respect the announcement of your graduate's name as well as the other graduates' names as they are called. To begin our ceremony, we now ask that you please rise for the processional.
Good afternoon. Students, family members, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests, welcome to Northeastern State University Spring 2013 Commencement for the College of Business and Technology. I'm Bill Rugg, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Angela Sinman, NSU student, accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet, consisting of Austin Stunkard, Dylan Peters, Josh Shoemaker, Kaisley Kincaid, and Jeffrey Daniel. Ms. Jamie Coombs will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Angela. Please be seated. Thank you, Angela. That was beautiful. Now I would like to introduce some members of the platform party. Others will be introduced later in the ceremony. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Tim Fouch, Vice President for Operations. Dr. Martin Veneman, Dean of the College of Science and Health Professions. Mr. David Kane, Vice President for Business and Finance. Mr. Ben Hardcastle, Executive Director, Public Relations and Marketing. Dr. Pamela Fly, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Denise Deason-Toyne, President of the Faculty Council. Mr. Ken Thompson, Assistant Professor in Hospitality and Tourism Management, will read the names for this ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce President Steve Turner, the 19th President of Northeastern State University, who will extend his greetings and introduce special guests.
Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. On behalf of the graduates here, let me first express sincere appreciation to all the families, friends, moms, dads, grandparents that have helped make this day possible, because we know the sacrifices that you've made. At this time, I'd like for the graduates to stand, identify in the crowd where your family member is, and applaud them and thank them for what they've done to get you here today. Very good. This is a special weekend in that tomorrow is Mother's Day. In my own life, my mother passed a few years ago, and there's always a place in my heart because she had such a soft heart and was such a loving spirit. So with all the moms in the facility, would you stand at this time? Let me be the first to say Happy Mother's Day, and let's recognize all of our moms. Please stand. Northeastern State University is a veteran-friendly campus. Last night we had 3 officers that were commissioned. If you have served or are serving in one of the armed forces, would you stand and let's recognize our veterans, please. God bless you for your service, and we're so pleased that you're here. Let me introduce some other guests that aren't on the platform, but I do want to recognize them. First, let me introduce my wife, Penny, to the right. We have the lovely wife of Chief Tiger, Francis Tiger. Francis, we're so glad you're here. And then we have the Gailey family. Let me say, Jess Gailey was a 1964 graduate. His wife Marilyn is here. This family recently helped make possible the startup of our new occupational therapy program at the Muskogee campus. Their son is graduating, but I would like for the Gailey family, and Marilyn, we're so glad you're with us today. Would you stand and be recognized, please? Richard C. Ogden is an attorney with the Oklahoma City law firm of Mullinex, Ogden, Hall, Andrews, and Ludlam, and served as vice president and director of the 19-member firm. He was born in Guymon, Oklahoma, where he attended high school before proceeding to Oklahoma State University, where he obtained his bachelor's degree in political science, thereafter attending the University of Oklahoma College of Law, receiving his Juris Doctorate in 1989. He served on the Board of Governors for the Oklahoma Bar Association, and in 1995 was the chairperson of the Oklahoma Bar Association Young Lawyers Division. He also served as a delegate to the American Bar Association for Oklahoma and has served on the Board of Directors for the Oklahoma County Bar Association. He is currently a member of the Oklahoma Bar Association Mandatory Continuing Legal Education Commission and is a member of the Oklahoma Bar Association Diversity Committee. He is a fellow of the Oklahoma Bar Association. Mr. Ogden received several community awards, including Outstanding Young Lawyer for the State of Oklahoma and Outstanding Young Lawyer for Oklahoma County. Regent Ogden is chair-elect of the Regional University System of Oklahoma and will assume the chair position in June. At this time, let me welcome to the mic our representative from the Regional University System of Oklahoma, Regent Richard Ogden. Regent Ogden.
Well, it's always a pleasure to come to NSU. It's a beautiful campus, and what a beautiful day. And it's a beautiful day in so many ways. It's starting to sound a little bit like U2 and Bono, but forgive me about that. And but it is a beautiful day in your lives, a new start, commencement, based upon the degree which you are about to receive. And what a beautiful day in Oklahoma as well. A state that's very prosperous, that has low unemployment, the opportunities for business and other advantages are yours. A wonderful time to be living in this state. And so happy that 87% of the graduates of this university and the universities in the state of Oklahoma stay within our state. And it's a great testament to you, and it's a great testament to the opportunity here. You've traveled a long journey, and it's been a hard one for many, and we recognize that, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the sacrifices that you have made and that you will continue to make as graduates. You're an elite group. Very few people in this world have undergraduate degrees, and that brings with it certain responsibilities of caring for other people. The degree which you receive is your academic degree, but as a part of what you've learned here is character and civility as well. And that character and civility will manifest itself in many ways. It means that when you're confronted with situations where you need to help a person, do it. And don't hesitate. You never know how that will manifest in your life and change the lives of others. It's indeed this world, and this is to paraphrase Margaret Mead, the world is changed not by the acts of great people necessarily and legislators, but by the few. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has changed the world. So I encourage you to accelerate, to do what you should do in life, to do it with abundance, and to always remember the character and civility that has been bestowed upon you as a result of your education at this institution as well. On behalf of the Board of Regents and on behalf of the people of the state of Oklahoma, we thank you and we congratulate you and wish you the very, very best. Thank you.
Thank you, President Turner and Regent Ogden. Many faculty from the College of Business and Technology are here this afternoon to share this moment with you. Our faculty bring Northeastern State University statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, they care about you, our students. Please join me in expressing our appreciation to the outstanding NSU faculty. All faculty, please rise.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura Boren. I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. At this time, we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. The first group includes our student marshals, members of the Riverhawk Ambassadors, a service organization representing the university in events throughout the year. Would the Riverhawk Ambassadors please stand to be recognized? Would Sarah Fletcher and Miranda Stanton please make your way to the right side of the stage? Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class Program serves to identify and cultivate outstanding student leaders. Students are accepted into the program as freshmen. During their time at Northeastern, these students are immersed in a program focused on development of leadership skills and civic engagement. PLC members, as I call each name, please come forward to accept your certificate from President Turner. Miranda Stanton is an accounting major from Nowata, Oklahoma. Sarah Fletcher is from Oktaha, and her major is Hospitality and Tourism Management. In addition to her PLC recognition, Sarah was also named an Outstanding Senior by the NSU Alumni Association for achieving high academic standards and exemplary community service. Please join me in recognizing the President's Leadership Class members from the College of Business and Technology.
Will members of the University Honors Program make your way to the right side of the stage? Established in 2001, the NSU Honors Program features a learning environment where students work with faculty members and peers in courses focused on independent research and participation in co-curricular cultural experiences. Students in the Honors Program must maintain a 3.25 grade point average or above and complete a senior research project. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your honors medallion from President Turner. Brittany Broad from Wagner. As a marketing and management major, her research project was titled Survey Research on Business Use of Social Media. Dr. Michael Landry served as her faculty mentor. Ashley Carden is a business management major from Owasso. Ashley's research project is titled The Self-Leadership and Change Project. Dr. David Kern was her faculty mentor. Matthew Ross is a business management and communication studies major. Dr. David Scott served as the faculty mentor for his project titled The Correlation of Facebook and Ambition. Matthew is from Broken Arrow. Members of the National Honor Society, Alpha Chi, are students in the upper 10% of their senior class and have at least a 3.65 grade point average. Alpha Chi members can be recognized by the gold cords placed over their shoulders. Would all Alpha Chi members please stand? The names of the spring 2013 honor graduates and the qualifications for undergraduate honors and master degree honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they receive their diplomas. Please join me in recognizing our spring 2013 cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, and graduate honor graduates. Honors graduates, please stand. Thank you and congratulations. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker for today's commencement. Mateus Baldo, a graduating senior majoring in finance. Matt was selected by the college to speak after participating in a rigorous review process. Please join me in welcoming Mateus Baldo.
Thing's weird, huh? Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to my colleagues, to the professors, to our families, to our friends, and everyone that came here today to share this very important moment with us. This is a very special occasion to all of us, and I'm glad that every single one of you can be here to celebrate. Not only because we are here and happy and proud that we finally achieved what we came here for, but also because I'm sure that it wouldn't have been possible without you guys. What I want to tell you today is a little bit of my story, and I'm sure that many of you here can relate to it in some way. For those who don't know, I'm from Brazil, more specifically from the city of Porto Alegre, which is the largest city in the south of Brazil with over 2 million inhabitants, famous for having one of the most beautiful sunsets in the world. I came here with an athletic scholarship to play soccer for the Riverhawks, but that was the only certainty I had. I left home to come chase a dream. I say it was a dream because what was happening in that moment was still blurry and unclear, but the uncertainty about what would happen when I got here felt very good. I was scared, and everything was new and different. I left everything I had behind so I could come and go through a new experience. But even though I knew it would be a hard road, I was determined to ride through it and enjoy every moment. I'm sure that many of us got here just like me, young, clueless of what was going to happen with us, but still motivated to live it. I had no idea what I wanted to do here. I didn't know what major I wanted to go for. I was even more uncertain about what I wanted to do after this happened. But as I said before, I wanted to live it. All the uncertainties and fears didn't matter to me. In the beginning, all the classes were broad and very simple. I guess the main purpose was to make us feel comfortable with our new life and to help us meet new friends. And that was exactly what I did. It was great to meet a lot of different people with different stories from different places. The funny part is that even though we were so distinct from each other, the motivation to achieve something great united all of us. Day after day, I could feel that I was learning more. Not only learning new theories, new calculations, and whatever other type of information that the teacher told us, but I felt like I was learning about myself. Living alone here without my parents and family around, I learned that what I do every day is what will define me as a person. It became clear that I could do whatever I wanted to do here, and it was up to me and only me to decide whether I would take the most out of this opportunity that I was having. I guess we all made the right decision. We persisted in our paths until we achieved what we wanted to. Many times we faced challenges that made us question if we would be able to handle this or not. Long papers due the next day, 3 tests on the same date, sleepless nights in the library. All that combined to our social and a family life. I mean, whenever the school would let us have one. But all that was completely worth it because we made it. We got to where we wanted to be. Even if it wasn't clear when we got here, now it is because we are here. But if I can give you, my colleagues, an advice, be sure nothing ends here. Everything is just starting. By achieving the status of college graduates, all we did was to open the door. Now we have even more possibilities than we had before. And once again, it will depend on us, and only us, if we will be taking the best from them or not. We finished the important stage, but there's way more to come. But we didn't do all this by ourselves. For that reason, I would like to thank everyone that helped us, and I would like to thank our professors for pushing us to our limits. And even though we complain, and we complain a lot about it, it was great to learn from and with you. As a finance major, I cannot forget to mention Dr. Michael Toyn, who's sitting right there. Please stand. I can't forget to mention Dr. Michael Toyn, who amazes all of us with his knowledge about finance, but also enlightens everyone with motivation to keep going. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Dalton Bigby. Please stand. Dr. Bigby is retiring this semester. Thank you and good luck in this new stage of your life. I would like to thank our friends who share all the good moments and the bad moments with us, and I would like to thank our families for making it possible for us to be here. Without you, nothing would be having a meaning nor a purpose. I would like to thank Northeastern State University that has been our home for all this time. Thank you to everyone in here that works very hard to make it possible for people like us to achieve our dreams. With the knowledge that NSU gave me, I was able to find a job in Tulsa, and I'm sure many of us did the same. In other words, this institution helped me to open the door for the next step in my life. NSU not only received me with its arms open, but helped me to grow. And most importantly, show me the next road I need to take in order to achieve my goals. I am proud of being a Riverhawk, and I'm happy that I'll always have this place as a second home. I would like to give a special thank you for 3.5 people, and they know who they are, so please stand up. The half one is my daughter, Victoria, who is only 6 months old. I know you might not know how important you are yet, but you are my main motivation for everything I do. I would also like to thank my wife, Courtney, for being such an amazing woman and supporting me through all this. I really love you. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents. Even though they are working very hard to do this, they don't dominate the English language yet, so they probably didn't understand most of what I said so far. But for you guys, obrigado, mãe, obrigado, pai. Eu me espelho em vocês todos os dias. Eu amo muito vocês. With all that being said, I want to once again congratulate every single one of us that made all the way here. Be proud of yourself, because we didn't give up. We made it. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mateus. Very well stated. And now I'd like to reintroduce President Steve Turner, who will introduce our special guest.
George P. Tiger is the principal chief of the Muskogee Creek Nation. The Muskogee Nation is the fourth largest of 586 federally recognized tribes in the United States and has an enrollment of 75,000 citizens. The tribe, as a sovereign nation, is fully self-governed and is a tripartite government consisting of executive, legislative, and judicial branches. Chief Tiger was born at a rural home near Henrietta, Oklahoma. He is the grandson of another principal chief, Mote Tiger, who served from 1907 until 1917, and his matrilineal descendancy renders him a member of the Hickory Ground tribal town and the Wynn clan. Chief Tiger graduated from Morris High School and later attended Northeastern A&M Junior College, Haskell Indian Junior College, and Northeastern State University. He is currently the president of the Board of Regents of Haskell Indian Nations University and has served on the board for 22 years, representing 19 Eastern Oklahoma tribes. Tiger recently was given an honorary doctorate degree in humane letters from the Bacone College in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Chief Tiger's tribal government career began with the Seminole Nation in 1970. He has since held many positions in other tribes as well as the Muskogee Creek Nation. He served as a member of the Muskogee Creek National Council for a period of 14 years and as Speaker of the Council in 2006 and 2007. As mentioned, his family has a rich history of involvement in Muskogee tribal government. His father was a resolution writer for the National Council in the late 1950s and early 1960s. His uncle, George Harjo, served on the first advisory council of the Muskogee Nation before a constitution referendum allowed for election of Muskogee Nation leadership. Tiger sits on countless boards and committees across the United States and in Indian country. He has been recognized for his advocacy and his leadership by being past elected chairman of the United Indian Nations of Oklahoma and more recently, president of the 5 Civilized Tribes Intertribal Council. Let me add that after he speaks, he and his wife, Frances, have to go to get to another commencement today, so I didn't want anyone to wonder that is planned. With that, I am so honored to introduce our friend, Principal Chief George Tiger. Thank you, Chief.
Good afternoon. Now, I know there's not that many Holiday Inn Express in Tahlequah. Not all of you stayed there. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. All right. It's really hard to follow such an emotional statements from the student representative. What I want to share with him is that do not be ashamed to show your emotion, because among our people, it's always been shared with us that those that share emotion have a strong heart and a good heart. Regent Ogden, Dr. Turner, faculty and staff of Northeastern State University, parents, and more importantly, students. I am honored and humbled to stand before you as your commencement speaker. It's hard to believe that it's been 5 decades since I was a student here. Now, I didn't say at the river, I said here. I really love the theme that this university is using here in the more recent times. It says, gather here and go far. Among our elders, they used to always say, you may go off somewhere, but at some point in time, you'll always will come home. So this afternoon, I'm home. On the way over to Tahlequah, my wife and I, we live in Bristow. And as we were coming to town, most of the time I was on the phone. Being chief, if you have a phone, someone always figures out a way to find you. So I was on the phone, we really didn't get to talk, and we were coming into town, and she said, what are you going to talk about? And this is my 3rd commencement speech this week. And I said, I don't know. She said, well, I have an idea. She said, why don't you talk about 10 minutes and sit down? So that's what I'll do. This university, this campus, has a strong history with Indian people. This campus, this university, has a strong history with all of its graduates. It has served as a beacon of light to Indian communities throughout the country, and it's served as a beacon of light for everyone that's attended this university. To the graduates, always remember this day, because once you've received your diploma, that's something that nobody will ever take away from you. And you've just automatically have become an expanded member of a family by attending this university. Many of you, once you leave this university, at some point in time will run up on someone that graduated from this university. In essence, you'll be seeing another family member. And that's something that's real special. I can go throughout any part of this country, and at some point in time, I'll run into someone that went to this university. And we share war stories, if you will, about some of the things that we did or shouldn't have done. But it always goes back to how special this place is for many of us. When you graduated from high school, you completed one part of a journey in your life. Today, you're completing another journey in your adult life. And what I would like to say to you is, I hope and I want to encourage you that you continue on an even greater journey, and one that will not limit yourself because of the talents that you have within yourself. Please pursue what is on your heart, because only you, with the help, with a strong foundation with your families, can allow you to be even more successful in the future. I really, truly have always believed in each of us that we have a desire to continue on, to even better ourselves. I would like to just even share a personal family story of how, if we really look in within ourselves and know that there's a goal that you want to attain, that it's very attainable. My wife, for a period of time, was a single mother. Got her GED, got her associates, got her bachelor's, got her master's, and now she's working on her doctoral program at Oklahoma State University. I use that as a motivation in what I do as the principal chief of the Creek Nation. Because sometimes we're always looking for some type of a sign, some type of a motivational word. All I have to do is when I get up is look at my wife and know that she's an inspiration, she's a motivator without a word ever being uttered. And I believe you have that in your family as well. Today, in Muskogee Creek Nation, we've taken an attitude, and aggressive one at that we have to be diverse in what we do in business. And I believe for too long, when many of our friends in the public sector sees American Indian tribes and American Indian tribal governments, that the first thing they think about is casinos and smoke shops. And I want to thank you personally for coming to our casinos. But I believe that it's important that with what we've done with casinos, it's allowed us to even to be more diverse in what we do in business. And we're looking for people to help us in that area. And as I see these students in front of me, I know that there's some bright minds, some people that have a lot of aggressiveness in them, and people that know about business, and they have some great ideas. And those are the types of people that we're looking at. And I believe it's important for you to know that you can go throughout the day never realizing who's watching you other than your parents. Because you serve in a role model. You're serving as a role model regardless if you know it or not. Because somewhere there's some kid that wished they could be like you. Because you were the same way too growing up. I was. But at some point in time, that kid is going to be sitting where you're sitting, and they're going to remember who served as their role model, who motivated them to get their education. I believe that it's important that, as I said earlier, you never forget where you come from. I come from a very humble beginning, as many of you do. I did not know that in that small Indian community that I would be in the position that I am today. You heard of my family background, and I always questioned myself as whether or not it was supposed to be that way. Is it destiny? Well, sometimes destiny has to be worked on. I've always said, too, that there's a higher being that has a plan for all of us. And sometimes we're not very good listeners. And we just have to be able to listen and take what we have in our soul, in our minds, and be diverse and being able to achieve goals according to what is taught to us by parents, our grandparents, and more importantly, our faculty and staff. And I believe you're prepared to take on any challenge in your lifetimes with what you've achieved and the diploma you're going to be getting this afternoon. We draw strength from one another. I don't know how many times I've shared that with my family. It doesn't make any difference where you're at. In this case, your Northeastern State University family. You draw strength from one another. Because sometimes you're going to find a few bumps in the road. Sometimes you're going to be knocked down. But when you do and you pick yourself up, you're going to find out that there's people around you that's going to always be there to support you. And I believe you'll find out, even though you're going to be going on to another step in your journey. And you can always look back at your days here at Northeastern and also look to your faculty and staff, because I know this, they're good listeners. And I'm sure that there's always going to be that open line of communication with them. When you, as an individual, are successful, there's a whole community that is successful. And I believe it's important that we share success regardless of where we come from, regardless of who we may be, because in the end, I believe it's been taught to us we're all as one. And I believe that's something that you can carry for the rest of your lives, because it will always reflect back on who you are, what your family stood for, and what this university stood for, and will continue to stand for. I am always very proud to share with people that the Muscogee Creek Nation always held as a priority education. We were one of the very first tribes in the country to start offering scholarships with our own monies and supplementing what monies the federal government provided. We're one of a handful of tribes throughout the country that have our own college, the College of Muscogee Nation. And I'm proud to always share this story about it. I've always said that our people, our elders, were visionaries, that they had education as a priority way before we were removed here. Because when the settlers found us, they found out that we had a great educational system. And we use that today throughout Indian country to provide the education for all our people to be able to stand beside those of you that can help us help you. Because all of us, we bring something to the table, each of us. And I believe it's important that in the communities that we come from, that we look at each other and not abuse, but use each other in a way that it should be to achieve the goals as a community. And we see that throughout Indian country and throughout the United States of America. As Northeastern graduates, when you see one another, you'll be gravitating to one another. And I believe it's important to share that with you. You're going to find today that when you leave here, it's going to be hard for you to leave here. It's going to be hard for you to leave your friends. Now, granted, there are some of us that stayed here 6, 7 years. But those of you that leave today are going to find that it's hard to leave your friends. But I know at some point in time, your paths will cross again. One journey ends today, another starts. I like sharing a story of where, when I was small, when my parents could afford it, we would be able to go to Henrietta, and the road we used was really rough, especially if it rained. It gave it that washboard effect. And it's kind of like life. Life is not going to always be smooth. But I found out later that washboard road taught us many lessons. Regardless of how rough it is, you continue on. And it's ironic that road that we used to use today is paved. And I got to thinking that lesson it was when I was growing up, how important it was to pick yourself up, to take on the bumps, if you will. And today I see that road as being smooth. And I see that as a parallel of my life and how there are things that were rough. Today it's a lot smoother. I believe that you'll find, those of you that are graduating, that in your new journey, you're going to be loving to have the ability to help others. Because that's what adult life and what life in general brings to you. You had a faculty and staff here at Northeastern that love to help you. And that's going to have a domino effect on who you are and who you're going to be once you leave here. You came here as I did. You gathered here, and some of us were blessed to go far, but I truly believe the young faces that I see in front of me are going to go even further. There's a saying in my language, in the Muskogee language. They say, "Ai mungatus." Basically, it says, keep on going, keep being motivated, keep encouraging one another. I see some very young faces whose book of their life still is early with the early chapters. And those of us that are a little older, the latter part of our book is winding down on the chapters that are being written about us or have been written. You have a lifetime of new chapters that will be written. And as I look to the future, of not only the Muskogee Creek Nation, but the United States of America, this country we live in, arm in arm, hand in hand, I see our future being bright. In my opening statement, I said that this university has served as a beacon for not only Indian country, but for all communities throughout the country. And I see that even more in the future. Congratulations on your achievements. But again, do not limit yourself. Continue on. Ai mungatus. Ai mungatus. I want to thank again this university for allowing me to just have a small part of this very important and momentous occasion. I'm honored, and to you, the students, and to this university, may the Creator continue to bless you. May He provide the wisdom and the guidance, not only to our students, but to this university. Go Red Hawks.
Riverhawks.
Thank you so much, Chief Tiger, for those inspiring words. We really do appreciate you finding time in your busy schedule to be with us, and we will remember your words for many years to come. Now it is time to present candidates for the baccalaureate and master's degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage and receive a diploma cover. Master's candidates will also receive a hood symbolizing their professional field. After all candidates are recognized on stage, President Turner will confer the degrees. Dean Roger Collier, College of Business and Technology, will present the baccalaureate candidates for that college.
President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Business and Technology, upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Business and Technology baccalaureate candidates, please come forward.
Mateus Baldo. David Rowe, cum laude. Jana Rowe. How do I say this? Linda Carter, magna cum laude. Shelley Ann Mahurin, magna cum laude. Blake Walker. Brian Merle Fields. Ian Richardson. Ian. John Michael Irvin Ide. Caleb Zane Lee. Jesse Michael Payton. Iva Aller. Victoria Williamson. Jennifer Suzanne Nichols. Christopher Ellis Neal. Philip W. Brown, cum laude. Greg Andrew Jackson, cum laude. Gavin Wayne Johnson. James Kyle Lewandowski. James Bear. Julie Renee Ball. Amber Michelle Sherrier. Bobby Collins. Robert Taylor Bragg. Roderick Christopher Green. Connor Joseph Brown. Brooke Natalie Butler. Jesse Feldick. Ricky A. Jackson, summa cum laude. Toby Don Ritz. Henry John Manch Wildenborg. Thomas John Story. Austin Birkdahl. Rhonda Russell, magna cum laude. Lisa O'Neill. Paul Kalen Center. Aaron Taylor. Joel Eusebio. Kyle Combs. Holly No. Zachary Clark Elsman. Sarah Michelle Fletcher. Miranda Danae Stanton. Madison Nicole Arnold. Wesley Andrew Bissett. James Mitchell Harrison. Cale Wayne Hamilton. Shaylin Cole Gravitt. Richard Casey Bowling. Trey Garrick Russell. Andrew Littleton. Billy Kyle Beam. Joe Fate Ransom. Amy Lynn Thompson. Zachary Charles Cranford. Everett Tatras. Heather Allison Davis. Jessica Ann Chandler. Ricarda Azucena Olvera. Colby Dale Cross. Daniel Skelly. Ivana Beleova. Guillermo Josebo Guerrero. Or something like that. Kendra Dawn Lazama. Rachel Elsbeth Genches. Matthew Daniel Wood. John S. Francis. Daniel James Cox. Caitlin Alicia Belcher. Tyson Russell Haganey. David Foster Carlock, the second. Scott Lassen. Mitchell Tyler Gailey. Jacob Todd Thornton. Tyler Jesse Shockley. Paula Vaughn Breckenridge. Kyle Michael Langley, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Carden, summa cum laude. All right. Brittany Lee Broad, magna cum laude. Takara Kobayashi, summa cum laude. Ronald Cosen. Hannah Elizabeth Foreman. Whitney Denise Evans, cum laude. Ashley Lynn Burney. Katie LeRae Stanley. Joshua H. Sam. Tyler James Davis, cum laude. Matthew Allen Ross, magna cum laude. Charlisa Delane Smith. Candace Lynn Barnes. Shelby Renee Hill. Artemisa Gail James. Natasha Jolene Hensley, cum laude. Melinda Ann Barber. Tiffany M. Stevens. Chelsea Diaz. Derek Lane Stanley. Michael Joseph Mitchell. Nathaniel Stephen Hammer. Dakota W. Jones. Caitlin Elizabeth Oxford. Aaron K. Young. Philip Brian Manus. Sarita K. Mitchum. Rocky Dwayne Colwell. Tiffany L. Davis. Jennifer Young. Kimberly L. Jackman. Sherilyn Potts. Con Nguyen. Thun Nguyen.
Please help me acknowledge the bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Business and Technology.
Good afternoon. I'm Tom Jackson, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of Graduate Studies and Research. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the College of Graduate Studies upon whom the master's degree will be conferred. Master's candidates in the College of Business and Technology will be hooded by Dean Collier and their faculty advisor or assistant dean. Master's degree candidates, please come forward.
Sherry Mae Bruner. Dawn Meredith Smith. Tyler Michael Crouch. Brady Don Wood. Riley Lauren Ketcher. Caleb Andrew Long. Avinash Kaushik Ramaswamy. Syed Usman. Jebin Jos. Kushal Sanghavi. Arun Kumar Narayanaswamy. Siddhartha Mutt. Vinath Muniraju. Saurabh Pandey. Micah Israel Spencer. Jimmy John Reynolds.
Please help me acknowledge the master's degree candidates from the College of Business and Technology.
Congratulations, graduates. Now is the time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate and master's degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of final degree audit, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate and master's degrees respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Rugg. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate or master's degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there is a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side, and congratulations. Please be seated.
Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you are joining this distinguished group, and we are your partner as you begin this new chapter in your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Mr. Daniel Johnson, Director of NSU Alumni Services.
I think we all can agree that commencement is some kind of transformative experience, isn't it? Think about it for a moment. You came into this field house, you were students, and now you're going to depart as alumni. It's representative of a much larger transformation that occurred long before you walked across the stage here and you turned your tassel. It's a transformation of who you were when you came here as a student and who you are today. On behalf of the Alumni Association's Board of Directors, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you for the first time to the Green and White Network. See, that's what we call our community of some 53,000 plus alumni and friends who make up this community. All share one particular thing in common, and that's a passion for Northeastern State University. When you walked across the stage, you received one of these. This is the official NSU alumni pin. Let this be a badge that represents your passion, a symbol of your pride for your alma mater, and let it be a reminder of the incredible investment that you made while you were here. As the director of the Alumni Association, that's actually my charge to you today. Stay invested. It's the role of the Alumni Association to make sure that you do. The Alumni Association is your link to the Green and White Network. It's a platform, really, to help you stay connected with NSU and with each other. We do that, we keep you connected through programming, networking events, communications, all designed to make you keep you a part of what's happening here. And I encourage you to join the Alumni Association, just like Miranda Stanton, and take full advantage of all the benefits and privileges that come with being a member. NSU needs you to stay invested. As an alumnus, each of you are now a valuable partner to our alma mater. You're going to have an opportunity to give back once you depart from here and you begin your life beyond NSU. You'll have the opportunity perhaps to serve as a professional or personal mentor to an NSU student. Maybe open some doors, some career doors for NSU graduates. And alumni make our best recruiters for future NSU students. I suspect there are a number of folks here in the audience, a number of alumni that played a role in getting you here to NSU. As a matter of fact, I'd like to take a quick moment to acknowledge that very group. So audience, if you attended Northeastern or graduated from here prior to today, would you please stand and be recognized? Yeah, that's a big group. I like that. Thank you. Graduates, great things can happen when you stay invested with NSU. Each time you have that opportunity to give back, as a mentor, as an advocate, or as a recruiter, I hope it'll be a reflection of the transformative experience you had while you were here. Again, I welcome you to the Green and White Network, and I hope that your relationship with NSU is lasting and permanent. And as Chief Tiger mentioned earlier, we are all a family here, and you will always be a part of this family at NSU. Thank you, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we reach the conclusion of today's ceremony, I do want to take just a moment to have all of us think about and thank those who made today possible. There are literally dozens of people working behind the scenes months before this event, and even more of them working on the day of the event. Many of them behind the scenes, you don't see them, but they made this possible. So I'd like all of us to take just a moment to thank everybody that helped make this event possible. And for all the parents, the grandparents, spouses, siblings, support people that have been with you, if you feel a certain sense of excitement or emotional relief or possibly a financial relief, let us know that right now. All right, we are going to end with the singing of NSU's alma mater. For those of you who have not yet memorized the words, I realize you're new graduates, so you can refer to page 2 in your program. So now please stand and join in singing the NSU alma mater, sung by Angela Sinman, NSU student, accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the alma mater, please remain standing as the Mason Platform Party recess. After the platform party has departed, please feel free to visit with faculty and friends outside and enjoy our beautiful NSU campus. Thank you all for being here, and congratulations, graduates.
Our alma mater, forever may you live. Knowledge and freedom, with truth you gladly give. Roots from the Cherokees and promises for our future. Oh, Northeastern State, we shall honor you.